What if the breath you're taking at this very moment holds the key to igniting a sacred flame within? A flame that could dissolve your fears and light the path to your highest destiny. In the ancient city of Alexandria, where mystics gathered beneath the stars to unravel the mysteries of existence, a timeless secret was shared. Your daily breath is a sacred act, a living prayer that carries the secret power to transform your entire reality. I'm here to lead you through a celestial gateway where each inhale becomes a connection to the divine and each exhale carves a bridge to the eternal. Have you ever sensed it? That subtle pulse in your chest, the rhythm of your breath that echoes a song older than the cosmos. It's not merely air, it's a sacred act, a living prayer that the ancients recognized as the thread linking the human to the divine. In the sacred temples of Kemet, the priests of Amun stood before the dawn, their breaths aligned with the pulse of creation. They named it Ka, the vital essence that flows through all life, a connection to the divine that transcends the physical realm. Across the sands of Persia, the Sufi poets spun in ecstatic circles, their breaths a living prayer that mirrored the dance of the heavens, chanting, "Each inhale brings the divine closer, each exhale sets me free." This wisdom is woven into the fabric of the universe. Your breath is a sacred act, a connection to the divine that a distracted world has long forgotten. What if the turmoil of your life, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the endless distractions, could be melted away by the sacred flame within your chest? The Taoists of ancient China call this essence qi, the breath of the cosmos that animates your being. They knew that conscious breathing was a sacred alchemy, a sacred act that could awaken your spirit and reshape your existence. Modern science aligns with this ancient wisdom. Research from the HeartMath Institute reveals that intentional, deep breathing creates a state of harmony in your body. Your heart rate steadies, your brain waves align, and your energy expands. This isn't just calm, it's transformation. You become a vessel for the divine, a channel for the infinite to flow through. Yet here's the enigma. Most breathe without awareness, lost in the maze of the material world. The ancients understood that conscious breathing could realign your energy, sharpen your mind, and open your soul to the unseen currents that shape reality. They harnessed it to transform their lives, to align with the divine, and to manifest a reality that reflected their deepest desires. This ancient wisdom is yours to reclaim, a simple practice that turns your daily breath into a living prayer, awakening your divine potential. Are you ready to step into this celestial rhythm, to breathe with the pulse of the cosmos, and to unlock the divine within you? Don't wait. The cosmos is beckoning you right now. Comment, "I'm ready to unlock my divine power," to affirm this sacred journey. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to walk this path of awakening with me. Share this message with someone who needs to rediscover their divine potential. Let's dive into the secret power of your breath together. What if your breath is more than a biological function? What if it's a celestial map, a living prayer that reveals the divine architecture of existence? The priests of Kemet didn't view breath as a mere necessity. They saw it as Ka, a sacred act that channels the essence of the universe. They believed that every inhale pulls in the divine spark, a fragment of the eternal that kindles the sacred flame within. Every exhale purges the darkness, fear, hesitation, limitation, making space for your true purpose to unfold. This wasn't a mere ceremony, it was a connection to the divine, a way to attune their souls to the cosmic symphony of creation. They stood before the dawn, their breaths a living prayer that resonated with the pulse of the universe, invoking ancient chants that wove their breath into the fabric of the infinite. Have you ever stopped to marvel at the wonder of your breath? Each inhale is a sacred act, a moment where the eternal flows into you, infusing your being with the boundless potential of the cosmos. Each exhale is a release, a clearing of the old to welcome the new. The ancients grasped this sacred alchemy. They knew that conscious breathing wasn't just about sustaining life, it was about transformation. In the temples of Kemet, the priests taught that breath was the gateway between the human and the divine, a living prayer that could awaken the divine potential within. They saw the body as a sacred shrine, a sanctuary where the sacred flame burns, waiting to be fanned into a radiant blaze by the rhythm of intentional breath. This ancient wisdom wasn't confined to the lands of Kemet. In the deserts of Persia, the Sufi mystics spun in their sacred dances, their breaths a living prayer that harmonized with the celestial rhythm. They believed that conscious breathing could dissolve the veil between the self and the infinite, allowing them to merge with the divine. They would whisper, "Each inhale draws the divine near. Each exhale sets my soul free," their voices rising like a hymn that blended with the stars. Their dances were a sacred act, a physical embodiment of the connection to the divine that breath could create. They knew that breath was a secret power, a key to transcending the material world and dancing with the eternal. The Taoists of ancient China also understood this truth. They called breath qi, the cosmic breath that flows through all things. They taught that conscious breathing was a sacred alchemy, a sacred act that could awaken your spirit and reshape your reality. They believed that breath was the thread that stitches the fabric of existence, linking the individual to the universal whole. With every inhale, you draw in the divine energy of the cosmos. With every exhale, you release what no longer serves you, creating space for transformation. The Taoists practiced conscious breathing to nurture their divine potential, to align their energy with the natural flow of the Tao, and to become co-creators with the universe. This wisdom isn't just a relic of the past, it's a truth that modern science is beginning to validate. Studies from the HeartMath Institute demonstrate that conscious breathing can create a state of coherence in your body where your heart rate aligns, your brain waves synchronize, and your energy field expands. This isn't just a physical change, it's a transformation on every level of your being. When you breathe deeply and with intention, your nervous system calms, your stress hormones drop, and your mind enters a state of clarity and focus. This state of coherence allows you to tap into the connection to the divine, to become a channel for the infinite to flow through. It's as if your breath becomes a living prayer, a sacred act that aligns you with the unseen currents that shape reality. The ancient Greeks also recognized this power. They called breath pneuma, the spirit, the life force, the divine essence that animates all things. The philosopher Heraclitus said, "The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts," but he might as well have said, "The soul is shaped by the rhythm of its breath." The Greeks believed that conscious breathing could purify the soul, clearing away the shadows of the material world and allowing the sacred flame within to shine. They saw breath as a secret power, a way to transform the self and align with the cosmic order. So why have we lost this truth? In a world that races forward, Where noise and distraction drown out the whispers of the eternal, most breathe without awareness, lost in the maze of the material world. The ancients knew that conscious breathing could realign your energy, sharpen your mind, and open your soul to the unseen currents that shape reality. They used it to transform their lives, to align with the divine, and to manifest a reality that reflected their deepest desires. This ancient wisdom is a gift waiting for you to claim. What if you could claim this secret power right now? What if your breath could become a living prayer, a sacred act that awakens your divine potential and aligns you with the infinite? The journey to unlock the divine begins with a single breath, a breath that can change everything. Are you ready to breathe with intention, to step into the celestial rhythm, and to transform your reality with the secret power of your breath? What if your breath could become a sacred cauldron, a celestial forge where the raw essence of your being is transmuted into something eternal? The ancients didn't breathe merely to exist. They breathed to create, to transform, to align with the boundless. They understood that conscious breathing is a sacred alchemy, a sacred act that turns the ashes of your fears into the radiance of your divine potential. This isn't just a poetic idea, it's a truth that has reverberated through history, from the sacred peaks of the Himalayas to the ancient groves of the Celtic lands. The Taoists of ancient China called this alchemy qi, the cosmic breath that flows through all things. They believed that conscious breathing could cultivate this life force, awakening your spirit and aligning your energy with the natural flow of the Tao. They taught that every inhale is a living prayer, a moment where you draw in the divine essence of the cosmos, pure, unfiltered potential. Every exhale is a release, a clearing of the shadows, doubt, anger, limitation that bind you to the mundane. This process isn't merely physical, it's a connection to the divine, a way to transform your entire being. The Taoists would sit in meditation, their breath slow and deliberate, as they imagined the qi flowing through their bodies like a stream of starlight, purifying their energy and awakening their divine potential. The Sufi mystics took this alchemy to a deeper level. They saw conscious breathing as a sacred act that could dissolve the veil between the self and the infinite. They would spin in their sacred dances, their breaths a living prayer that resonated with the rhythm of the heavens. They believed that breath was a secret power, a way to transcend the material world and merge with the divine. As they spun, they would chant, "Each inhale brings the divine closer. Each exhale sets me free," their voices rising like a hymn that blended with the cosmos. This wasn't just a dance, it was a connection to the divine, a way to transform their consciousness and align with the eternal. This ancient wisdom isn't a forgotten relic, it's a truth that modern science is beginning to affirm. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that conscious breathing can create a state of coherence in your body, where your heart rate aligns, your brain waves synchronize, and your energy field expands. This state of coherence isn't just a physical shift, it's a transformation on every level of your being. When you breathe deeply and with intention, your nervous system calms, your stress hormones decrease, and your mind enters a state of clarity and focus. This isn't just relaxation, it's a sacred act that allows you to tap into the connection to the divine, to become a channel for the infinite to flow through. The ancient Greeks also understood this alchemy. They called breath pneuma, the spirit, the life force, the divine essence that animates all things. The philosopher Plato wrote that the soul could be purified through breath, a sacred act that clears away the shadows of the material world and allows the sacred flame within to shine. The Greeks believed that conscious breathing could awaken the divine potential within, aligning the individual with the cosmic order. They saw breath as a secret power, a way to transform the self and connect with the eternal. So what does this mean for you? It means that your breath is a sacred cauldron, a celestial forge where you can transform your reality. Every inhale is a living prayer, a moment where you draw in the divine essence of the universe. Every exhale is a release, a clearing of the old to make way for the new. This process of conscious breathing isn't just about calming your mind. It's about awakening your spirit, aligning your energy with the infinite, and creating a reality that reflects your highest potential. The shamans of the Andes took this alchemy to another level. They believed that breath could weave a new thread in the fabric of reality. They would stand on the high peaks, their breaths a living prayer that merged with the whispers of the wind. They taught that conscious breathing could shift your energy, clear your mind, and open your soul to the unseen currents that shape reality. They saw breath as a secret power, a way to transform their lives and align with the divine. They would breathe with intention, imagining their breath as a stream of starlight that flowed through their bodies, purifying their energy and awakening their divine potential. This ancient wisdom is a gift waiting for you to claim. Your breath is a sacred act, a living prayer that holds the secret power to transform your reality. It's a connection to the divine that transcends time and space, a way to awaken the divine potential within and align with the infinite. Are you ready to step into this celestial forge, to breathe with intention, and to transform your life with the secret power of your breath? The alchemy of conscious breathing is yours to wield, a sacred act that can change everything. Let's take the next step together and uncover a simple practice that will turn your daily breath into a living prayer, awakening the divine within you. Now that you've discovered the alchemy of conscious breathing, are you ready to harness this secret power and unlock the divine within you? The ancients didn't just speak of breath's power, they turned it into a sacred act, a living prayer that awakened their divine potential and aligned them with the eternal. They passed down a simple practice, a breathing ritual that can transform your reality, purify your energy, and create a connection to the divine. This isn't about elaborate ceremonies or sacred spaces. It's about the power you already hold in your chest, the power to breathe with intention and step into the celestial rhythm. Let's begin with a simple practice that the Taoists use to cultivate their qi, the cosmic breath of the universe. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably, your spine straight, your feet grounded, and your hands resting gently on your thighs. Close your eyes and take a moment to notice the rhythm of your breath. Is it shallow, rushed, caught in the whirlwind of the material world? Or is it deep, steady, a living prayer that resonates with the pulse of the cosmos? Don't judge, just observe. This moment of awareness is the first step in conscious breathing, a sacred act that prepares you to transform your reality. Now take a deep inhale through your nose for a count of 5, feeling the air fill your lungs like a stream of starlight pouring into a sacred chalice. As you inhale, silently say to yourself, I draw in the divine. Feel the divine essence of the universe entering your body, kindling the sacred flame within your chest. Hold your breath for a count of 5, allowing this energy to settle within you. Imagine it flowing through every cell, every thought, every aspiration, awakening your divine potential with each passing second. Next, exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 5, releasing all tension, all doubt, all limitation. As you exhale, silently say, I release the darkness. Feel the darkness of the material world, the chaos, the distractions, the heaviness, dissolving like shadows under the midday sun. Pause for a count of 5 in stillness, feeling the connection to the divine deepen. In this pause, you are one with the eternal, a channel for the divine to flow through. This 5-5-5-5 cycle, inhale, hold, exhale, pause, is a living prayer, a sacred act that aligns you with the universe's rhythm. Repeat this cycle for at least 5 minutes, or longer if you feel called to. With each breath, notice how your energy shifts. Does your mind feel sharper, as if the haze of distraction has cleared? Does your heart feel lighter, as if the darkness has been melted away by the sacred flame within? This simple practice isn't just a moment of peace, it's a transformation. It's a connection to the divine that the ancients used to awaken their divine potential, to align with the eternal, and to create a reality that reflected their deepest desires. The shamans of the Andes believed that this kind of conscious breathing could weave a new thread in the fabric of reality. They would practice this ritual on the high peaks, their breaths a living prayer that merged with the whispers of the wind. They taught that each inhale plants a seed of intention, and each exhale releases what no longer serves you. This simple practice is a sacred act, a way to transform your energy and align with the divine. They believed that conscious breathing could shift your reality, bringing clarity, peace, and synchronicity into your life. Modern science supports this ancient wisdom. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that this kind of rhythmic breathing can create a state of coherence, where your heart rate aligns, your brain waves synchronize, and your energy field expands. This state of coherence enhances your intuition, reduces stress, and opens your mind to the unseen currents that shape reality. It's as if your breath becomes a living prayer, a sacred act that awakens your divine potential and aligns you with the eternal. This simple practice is yours to claim, a sacred act that can transform your life. Make it a daily ritual, a moment where you step into the celestial rhythm and breathe with the pulse of the cosmos. With each breath, you'll awaken the divine within, forging a connection to the divine that transcends time and space. Are you ready to breathe with intention, to unlock the divine, and to transform your reality with the secret power of your breath? The universe is waiting for you to take this step. You've just stepped into the celestial rhythm, harnessing the secret power of your breath to unlock the divine within. Your daily breath is a sacred act, a living prayer that holds the key to transform your reality. The ancients understood this, from the priests of Kemet to the shamans of the Andes, and now it's yours to live. Through conscious breathing, you've created a connection to the divine, awakening your divine potential and aligning with the eternal. This ancient wisdom isn't just a practice, it's a way of being, a path to manifest a reality that reflects your deepest desires. Don't let this moment slip away. The cosmos is calling you right now to make this simple practice a daily ritual. Breathe with intention and watch the transformation unfold. Comment, "My breath is my power," to affirm this sacred journey. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to walk this path of awakening with me. Share this message with someone who needs to rediscover their divine potential. Let's keep breathing, creating, and becoming together.